Hello everyone, this is COADB.com, or the Coat of Arms database, and today we are briefly going to discuss several different coats of arms in the Barton family. The first is blazoned, Ermine on a fesse gules, 3 annulets or. This coat of arms was borne by John Barton of Friton, who was alive in the year 1304, an English judge who was summoned to military service against the Scots. He was the son of Sir William de Barton of Steresby and the grandson of Thomas Barton of Ainberby. Similar coat of arms with a crest, a griffin's head erased proper. This was the arms of the Bartons of Threxton House. Thomas Edward Walter Barton, Esquire, born 1811, of Threxton House in Norfolk, was the son of Thomas Barton and Hannah Clark. Another version with the fesse engrailed and no annulets, found in Lancashire, England. Argent, 3 boars' heads couped. Gules, crest, a boar's head couped gules. This was the arms of the Bartons of Barton Hall in Lancashire. They descended from Thomas Barton of Barton, and we know his 3-time great-grandson was Richard Barton, who lived in the year 1567, of Barton in Lancashire. Another version, this with a rose. This was borne by the Bartons of Ireland, the Bartons of Grove in County Tipperary, in the form of Samuel Harry Barton, born 1817, Esquire of the Grove, who descended from Thomas Barton, who came to Ireland with the Earl of Essex. Also by the Bartons of Waterford in County Fermanagh, born by Charles Barton, Esquire, born 1832, of Waterfoot, who was Justice of the Peace, High Sheriff, and Captain in the Militia. It was also borne by Barton of Glendalough House in Wicklow. Thomas Johnson Barton, born 1802, was the 3rd son of Hugh Massey Barton, 1766, of Straffan House in Kildare, who was an importer and wine merchant in Bordeaux, France. Now here we see the Grove. Grove House, it looks like. Next, we have Argent, a rose gules, seated or barbert between 3, this says bear's heads, should be boar's heads, erased proper. Crest, a boar's head, erased proper. Motto, and we know this is for the Bartons of Straffan House in Kildare, Ireland. Hugh Barton, born 1766, of the wine firm Barton and Geuster, purchased the Straffan estate and built a new house there, and the family lived there for 5 generations after him. Here we see a picture of the home, Straffan House. Next, coat of arms from Kent. I wasn't able to find the armiger on this one. If you know, please let us know in the comments. Another azure fesse between 3 bucks' heads cabossed or, crest, and acorn lead vert. This was borne by the Bartons of Smithills. John Barton of Smithills in County Lancashire was the son of Ralph Barton of the Home in Lancashire and his wife Joanne Ratcliffe. A similar version with a mullet sable on the fesse was borne by the Bartons of Home in Nottinghamshire. They descended from John Barton, who died in 1491, a wool trader and merchant in Calais, and he acquired an estate at Holme by Newark in Nottinghamshire and built a house there, and his son Ralph Barton, and he had a grandson, John Barton, who were likely wool merchants as well. Here we see a picture of the family estate. Next, we have similar coat of arms, Barton of Swinton Park, Stapleton Park, and Saxby Hall, and Caldy Manor. Three men. William Barton, born around 1533 of Prestbury, Cheshire, was the head of the family, or the ancestor. And you had Richard Watson Barton, born 1788, who purchased Caldy Manor, and John Barton, 1770, who purchased or had Saxby Hall built. Here we see Stapleton, Caldy, and Saxby. Next, gules 3 shell snails, or this is said being from Scotland. I don't have any information on this one. If you know, please let us know in the comments. I assume it is fairly old. Another from Scotland, azure a fesse between 3 squirrels' heads, or. And another from Scotland, argent on an anchor in pale azure placed in the sea proper between 2 mullets of the second, all within a border vert, crest a raven rising proper. This was the coat of arms of Robert Barton of Edinburgh, Scotland, and it looks like it was granted or confirmed in 1672. I wasn't able to find out too much more about this man, but we do know that there was a Scottish merchant alive in the 15th century named John Barton, who captured Portuguese ships, and he also had sons, John, Andrew, and Robert, who played a major role in Scottish naval history. Given that there's an anchor on this coat of arms, I am making an assumption that it has something to do with this family, perhaps borne by one of their descendants. Again, I'm not sure. If you know, let us know in the comments. Next, Ermine on a satire sable and annulet or, voided of the first. This was the arms of Henry Barton, who died in 1435. He was Lord Mayor of London twice, and the son of Richard Barton. Argent a ben double cotice sable for Barton of Diddleston in County Salop. We know Owen Barton was alive in the year 1623. He was of Duddleston, the son of Edward Lloyd Barton of Brittleston, the grandson of Robert and the great-grandson of John Barton. A similar version with Argent a ben wavy sable was borne by John de Barton in the 14th century. Argent on a fesse between 6 fleur-de-lis sable, 3 fleur-de-lis of the first, associated with a Barton individual from Newton, County Yorkshire. Argent a chief ermine, ermines on a canton gules, an owl of the field, from Buckinghamshire. Azure 2 bars argent, a chief ermine. Gules a fesse indented argent. If you enjoyed this video and would like to discover who your ancestors were, learn more about them, and find out whether or not they had a coat of arms, please visit us at coadb.com, where we offer professional genealogy research services. Link in the description. Thank you very much.